Joining me now is Amandy Fernandez, a professional dancer, and I would say an all-around very, very talented individual. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. When people talk about you, it tends to be in tandem with some pretty massive names. And I want to focus a lot on you, but I can't interview you without mentioning people like Beyonce and Jennifer Lopez or Chris Brown and Tinashe. There are so many different artists that you've had the opportunity to work with over the years. So when I look at your resume, I go, that is somebody who's been around. That's somebody who knows what she's doing. Tell me about where that all began for you. I know that your original journey into the world of professional dance was a little bit of a, if at first you don't succeed, try again story. So tell me that.
Well, my dance journey was pretty tough, being that my parents, you know, they didn't accept the fact that I wanted to be a professional dancer. So I was literally starting from scratch. I didn't even know that being a professional dancer was possible, until I made my rounds. I started taking a couple dance classes and, getting to know the dance community out here in New York. And they introduced me to an agency, a dance agency. So, I auditioned for that and I got it on my first try, thank God. And from there, I was introduced to different auditions with major celebrities and, Beyonce, of course, being one of them. I auditioned for her maybe 4 or 5 times before I finally got, the the slot in. And it's been a journey. And of course, like you said, I definitely tried and tried again until, something popped off for me.
I was doing some research and it seems like with those first few auditions for Beyonce's dance crew, they thought you were a little too short for the gig. Is that right?
Yeah. So originally, they brought me in, they really liked my energy. So she just had her first baby, Blue Ivy. And they wanted to kind of get her in shape. And so they brought me in and they were like, it was me and one more dancer, her dance captain, Ashley, who's the dancer that's been there the longest. So they brought me in to work with her, train with her. And then I originally wasn't supposed to do the job because all the girls were about 5'6" and taller. I was 5'4". So, but she loved me and she loved my energy and she hired me despite, my shortness.
Being in that business, like any entertainment career, teaches you a lot of things. Not only what to do and how to move, but also how to act out there in the world of entertainment. Can you share maybe a couple of tips that you learned that happen off the dance floor that have helped you succeed?
There's been many, but of course, working hard. Working hard is like number one, especially dancing for Beyonce. She's one of the top, you know, international celebrities, and she's such a hard worker. We rehearse for hours, and you know, it's the number one thing. Especially, I think that's what's kept me working with so many different artists, was just working really hard. And then just always being on top of my stuff. Like if I get a last minute email, or like just being organized and really being on top of everything and making sure everything lines up.
Of all the things that you've learned, I'd like to learn something too. We live in the day and age of Zoom calls and FaceTimes, and I heard that there was a thing called hand dancing, like where you don't really do anything, get up and move, but you kind of do something with your hands. Do you know any of those?
I mean, you can do like the waves. There's like little waves you can do.
Could you teach me the ins and outs of maybe one of those so I could impress on my next Zoom meeting?
Sure. So you lead with your fingers and you kind of like a wave, like
Okay.
ocean wave, and then you just keep going. So you start with your fingers and you let it lead down. Yeah. And then you
Okay.
can bring both hands.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Like at the same time-ish.
you can cross them.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
This is harder than it looks.
You're not doing too bad though, you can frame your face.
Right. Oh yeah. Like I could kind of,
Yeah, you can
okay.
frame your face and wave, or you can just kind of like frame your face, like kind of like voguing.
Right. Sort of like I'm getting ready for my close up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
fun. Well, I'm going to try to use that on my next Zoom, and hopefully they don't kick me out of the session.
They won't. They love
All
it.
right, all right. Now, Amandy, out of everybody that you've worked with, all these huge names, everyone always wants to know, what was it like working with these people? Which superstar that you've danced with was the nicest to you?
Mm, the nicest. Okay. I mean, they're all pretty cool. I've been blessed to work with some cool celebrities. Um, I think Chris Brown was definitely super cool and super down to earth and very humble. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
somebody wanted to be part of a dance crew like that, maybe working for Chris Brown or for Beyonce or for anybody else like that, what kind of advice would you have for them to get in with that crowd? What do you have to do?
Well, I would say definitely research and have an idea of what that artist camp is like. Who's their choreographer? How do they move? And just like see when they're teaching and try to take some of their classes and see if you can adapt to their style. And I would just say really be around and show your face and show that you're here, you're ready to work hard and willing to learn. And
While we're talking about advice, do you have any advice for dance moms? I know that can be an overused term, and obviously there's dance dads too. But you told me that your parents weren't supportive of your dream. What would you say to parents who are on the fence about their little ones trying to pursue a career like you?
Well, first of all, it's possible. It is possible, and it is a career that you can be successful in. So, when your child has a dream, I think it's worthwhile letting them go for it. Especially because, I understand the fears as a parent, but it's your child's dream, it's what's going to make them happy. And I've tried other things because my parents didn't want me to dance. I went to school and I got my degree and I still wasn't happy because I wasn't doing what I love. And I think once your child does something that they love, everybody's happy. Parents got, they got to live their life. So now you have to let your children live their life.
It's certainly not easy becoming somebody who dances for fun and becoming a Super Bowl world tour type of dancer like you. You've done a lot of big stuff just like that, including Super Bowls, including TV commercials, including iconic music videos. You've been in a lot of stuff, strutting your moves. I want to focus on the Super Bowl for a second because as an American guy, I'm
Yeah.
like, that is the pinnacle of entertainment.
Yeah.
Everyone watches that. And there you are on the stage. Now, before anyone thinks, oh, if you're just a background dancer at the Super Bowl, nobody's going to notice, think about Left Shark from Katy Perry.
Yep. I always mention
So
it.
you know that a couple of wrong moves can turn you into an internet meme in a moment. Are you nervous at all that something like that's going to happen when you get on a stage like the Super Bowl halftime show?
Of course. That's like every dancer's like fear, I think, And Left Shark was really lucky because he was in that shark suit. Had he not been in that shark suit, it would have been, in the dance world, if you mess up on national or, any type of televised show, it's like, whoa.
Side question. If you had the chance, would you have been Right Shark, maybe?
I would have been right shark. Yep.
Okay. I want to ask you about something else too, the evolution of how dance has been perceived in our world. I think that more so now than ever, dancing has become so commonplace. And there's one very specific reason for that. It's TikTok.
Yeah.
Everyone knows TikTok dances. I learned one. I was barely able to walk for a week because it was like had getting down on my knees and twisting and kicking. So TikTok dancing's not for me, but it's for millions of people. How has that influenced what you do, or has it at all?
For sure. TikTok you know, I think what has happened with dance has been beautiful because now, you know, it's everybody loves dance, and not that they didn't love it before, but it's just like TikTok made it more of a world, especially during the pandemic, you know, it was like started off as a fun thing. So like people are aware of dance, and people that have become famous on TikTok because of, you know, the dances they've choreographed have gone viral. So yeah, I think it's definitely influenced. I think also though the, you know, TikTok dancing and professional dancing are definitely two different things, you know. There's a difference in, you know, dancing for the camera and then, you know, actually having a dance on a stage with like, you know, using your whole body and not just for a lens, you know.
And I can't imagine how difficult it would be to dance on a stage with my full body because, again, TikTok was too much for me.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love it. I mean, I think it's great. I love to see people dancing and having fun, and you know, the kids. I think it's a I think it's definitely a cool thing, but I do think there's a big difference within that for sure.
Hmm. Last question, Amandy, and I've really been enjoying myself here, so thank you very much.
Thank
I'd
you.
like I'd like to wrap up by looking at where you're going. We've talked about where you've been and who you've been with. We've talked about the way that you see things right now. But what are you looking forward to in the future? Can you share anything that you'll be up to soon?
Yeah, I mean, well, as of now, you know, being that my last trip was Kazakhstan, I've been working with 91, and you know, looking forward to working with them here in the US and possibly, you know, choreographing their tour and live shows and everything. But I look forward to traveling, you know, traveling some more and teaching. And you know, I would like to open up a dance studio here in New York and possibly other locations if, you know, it permits. But yeah, those are my future plans. So just teaching, continuing to teach and choreograph and just share my knowledge to up and coming dancers that are looking, you know, to follow that path.
Amazing. Well, it's great to watch you do what you do because I would say that you're one of the best at it. So thank you for hopping on this Zoom call. Thanks for teaching me something. Or I'll go back and watch the video. Oh yeah, just like this. Okay. Thanks for teaching me this. This will be fun.
Backwards.
Oh no. Oh, I can't even. Backwards?
Yeah, it's like you lead with your wrist and you just let it, yeah, you let it pull
Wow.
back.
Wow. I've learned a lot here. I feel like I'm already getting sore too. So
It'll do it to you. The more you do it. Yep. Different muscles.
we'll have to wrap it up there. But Amandy, thank you so much again for coming on with me.
Thank you. Nice to see you again, Alex.